This is Bronco Talk with Hayden and Chris, and this week we'll be talking about the Broncos draft plans and just some team news since it's been a while.
First, when is the draft?
The draft is April 27th through 29th.
Okay, so we
27th is the first day.
Still got another 2 weeks, almost a little less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like I got a special order to my questions here. Okay. Who are the biggest nerds?
Needs.
Oh. What are the biggest needs? To me, it looked like nerds, so I changed the question.
Oh, okay, alright.
Who's the biggest nerd, first of all, on the Broncos?
I'm not sure.
Is it
Von
Simeon?
Miller.
Von Miller?
Von Miller, he's kind of like a geek. He works out like a,
He works at Batteries Plus?
No, that's where we were today. No, he works at a, some, like, company, like, that does, like, on the move, like, phone or something. I don't know, like, geek something.
Oh, okay.
Forgot what it was
Anyways,
called,
that's neither here nor there. All right, what are the biggest needs for the Broncos?
Broncos' biggest needs. I think I put them on the sheet. Oh, they need offensive line because last year Simeon our offensive line wasn't very consistent. So because people kept getting injured, and so Simeon got hurt a lot last year, and that's why, because of our offensive line, that's our number one need.
So they need to protect him, that's what you're saying?
Yes.
So he got hit a lot, and he shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Inside linebacker, because we're still looking for a replacement for Danny Trevathan, who left last year for the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
So, and we're still looking for a replacement with him, along with defensive end, because of DeMarcus Ware's retirement. But there's Shane Ray, who's also who thinks he can fill in for them. So, and then running back, because last year C.J. Anderson got hurt. So we had Devontae Booker and Capri Bibbs. They were our running backs, and they weren't really good. So we have a lot to work on our offense. While our defense also lost a lot of players. We lost 2 or 3 players in the offseason. One retired, DeMarcus Ware, and then 2 went to different teams. One went to San Francisco, and the other one went to Tennessee.
Are they big losses? Are we gonna miss
Yeah,
those guys?
I mean, Kayvon Webster, who went to the Titans, he I don't know, he was kind of big in our offense. In our defense, he was used a lot, so he kind of a loss for us. The other guy, I can't remember his name, it wasn't Brandon Marshall, or I think it was actually. He was just special teams, so he really wasn't that big. I mean, we'd use him a little bit, but he wasn't really getting 2 or 3 sacks every game like Von Miller. But
okay, so he can be replaced.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And DeMarcus Ware retirement, he can't be replaced. He was really good and then just decided to retire this year. He was a free agent, but we wanted to re-sign him, but he just retired. So.
Okay. All right. So, who do you think are the draft options for the Broncos?
So,
what's the draft
there's about 4 guys on here that I think are going to be we draft, and it's Christian McCaffrey, who's a wide receiver who would fill a really big hole in Denver. He's a wide receiver / running back, so you can play him maybe as kick returner. He's really fast, but we do have Khalif Raymond, who is a really fast returner, so we might not use him as returner. We might use him maybe as maybe a 3rd or 4th string running back and maybe wide receiver to help Simeon / Lynch out. Garrett Bowles, he's an offensive tackle that we met at the draft. Ryan Ramczyk, he is also an offensive tackle who we've scouted a lot, and we have had a lot of interest in him. Jamie Colomar, he's also an offensive tackle, and we did a private workout with him, so he might get drafted maybe 2nd round. And then tight end David Njoku. He's a tight end. and he would help us because our tight end base is like really bad ever since Owen Daniels retired. Our offensive base just hasn't been really good. So they've all gotten injured. We've had to play, different guys, and it's not worked. So those are the main thing. We met a lot of offensive tackles at the draft, but in the past 2 or 3 years, we have drafted offensive tackles at least once in the draft. We drafted one last year. We drafted one the year before, and we're probably going to draft one this year. So it's kind of it's like the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation, but offensive tackles for us.
Okay. So what do you think about the first 3 picks? Who are the Broncos going to go after?
First 3 picks, I say the Broncos are going to take, if Christian McCaffrey's gone, they're probably going to take Ryan Ramczyk. I don't know, we've had on and off interest with Christian McCaffrey, and his dad played in Denver.
Is it Ed McCaffrey?
Ed McCaffrey, yeah. So he kind of wants to play here.
He has mustard.
Huh?
There's Ed McCaffrey mustard in the supermarket.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. But anyway, so what else?
So if Christian McCaffrey's going, he's probably going to be one of our options. Second option is going to be obviously Ryan Ramczyk, because he's a really good offensive tackle from Utah, I think. So he can help us, and that's what a lot of people have projected us to be taking. So I'm predicting us to take an offensive tackle, saying that Christian McCaffrey is going to be taken a little bit earlier in the draft. So that we have pick number 20 in the first round. Then in the second round we have pick 19, and I say we're going to take a linebacker, a defensive guy in the draft, because I think we're going to go defense, offense, just keep repeating that. Or offense, defense, because offense is one of our biggest needs. Defense, we have a lot of good guys that can fill in, and if we just keep doing that, so defensive linebacker, I'm saying we probably won't be able to take Myles Garrett, because he is probably going to be taken with the first pick by the Browns.
Okay.
He's been really good, but we'll probably take some other guy. I forgot his name. I didn't write it down in here. But they've all been really good. There's not a lot of options, but there's some guys who've done really good. The first 7 picks, I think, in the draft I saw were all defensive guys.
Oh, wow.
So, and then third round, we have the 18th pick. I see us taking running back, maybe a tight end or a wide receiver. Just because if we do take a wide receiver, or somebody, a wide receiver or tight end, it gives Simeon another target to try. Simeon / Lynch, saying there's competition, like we have every year. Okay. But yeah. So I see us taking one of those guys, and then those are the first 3 picks I'm projecting.
Okay. So what about the quarterback situation?
So
what's going on there?
Like I said, Simeon and Lynch. We have no other quarterbacks on our team, but we're gonna look to draft maybe a 3rd string quarterback. Well, just to back those guys up. Maybe so they can teach the younger guys that we have, maybe if those 2 guys get injured in the season or, something happens, we could have a backup from the draft. But it probably won't be any big name. I want us to draft the CU quarterback, Sefo Ifau. I can't say his name. But he's pretty good. I want us to draft him. It's not too far, actually. It's he's from CU, so.
Right.
He won't have to really go anywhere, but what I learned is the offensive coordinator really likes Lynch, and Lynch. Our offensive coordinator is Mike McCoy, who's coached with us before in 2007 or something. I can't remember, but he was really good, and he helped us a lot.
Okay.
But he gave Simeon the upper hand, but then the coach, he gave Lynch the upper hand. But then coach said that he liked Simeon, so he gave Simeon the upper hand. So it's kind of
okay.
It's always the coach's decision, but we would never know till whoever starts week 1. Yeah, and then they said they're both ready to compete for the job. And some Broncos fans like me have already labeled like Simeon a first-round bust because he still hasn't proved himself. But Simeon started out 4-0 at the beginning of the season. Lynch started out 0-1 in his first start. Simeon was 1-0, but Simeon started 4-0, and then Lynch, if we kept that pace, probably been maybe 2-2 going in, or 3-1. You never know. But that's what I like to remember. So Simeon started out 4-0, and then went downhill.
All right. Any other Bronco team news?
Well, 4 players signed their tenders, which is just like there's restricted free agent, there's exclusive rights free agent, and there's unrestricted free agent. The 2 restricted and exclusive rights, those are like, unrestricted means you can only talk to like 2 or 3 teams, but if you sign the tender, that means that, you're signing like maybe 1 more year with them. So it's kind of like a team option, but
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much it. We named like 1 coach, like the head of like sports medicine. Some guy who's like been here for like a really long time, like 7 years. And then like, I don't know, Antepanalis or something. But yeah, I think that's all.
That's it? All right.
Yep. So
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
we'll
in the
do
draft.
a post-draft.
Post-draft recap.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet.
All right. Well,
Go team.
go NBA.